We know what is happening. That is the unsettling truth of our time. We know the climate is heating. The seas are rising. Forests are burning. We know the air is polluted. The water is contaminated. The food we eat is increasingly compromised. We know corruption erodes leadership. Trust in institutions is collapsing. Violence is spreading across borders and within them. We know our civilization is approaching a precipice, and yet, we do not act. This is the paradox of our age. Never before has humanity possessed so much knowledge, and never before has it been so paralyzed in using it. Ignorance is not what threatens us. The danger lies in the gap between what we know and what we do. This is the knowledge-action gap. Part of the explanation lies in our biology. For most of human history, survival depended on immediate threats. A predator in the grass, a fire at the edge of the village, an enemy at the border. Our brains evolved for urgency. Slow-moving dangers do not trigger the same alarms. A 2-degree rise in global temperature does not feel like a charging bear. By the time the danger feels immediate, it is often too late. Another reason lies in psychology. Short-term rewards dominate human decision-making. Politicians chase the next election. Corporations chase the next quarter. Individuals chase convenience. The costs are pushed forward in time and outward onto others. And then there is power. Entire industries profit from denial, distraction, and delay. Science is questioned. Urgency is diluted. Responsibility is postponed. Knowledge alone cannot overcome systems designed to ignore it. History offers a harsh lesson. Civilizations rarely collapse from ignorance alone. They collapse from neglect. Rome decayed as corruption spread faster than reform. Easter Island lost its forests while monuments grew larger. Mayan cities emptied as water disappeared. These societies knew something was wrong. They failed to act in time. The difference today is scale. Their collapses were local. Ours would be planetary. This is where a secular perspective matters. Without beliefs in divine rescue or afterlife rewards, reality becomes sharper. There is no second Earth waiting, no cosmic guarantee of survival, no external force that will save us from ourselves. That clarity is sobering, but it is also empowering, because it means the future is not written, it is chosen. So how do we close the gap between knowing and doing? No. Knowledge must become will. Will must become policy. Policy must become practice. That requires leadership with integrity. Leaders who serve people and planet, not wealth and power. It requires communities that cooperate rather than fragment. It requires cultures that honor truth. Education, media, and public life aligned with evidence. And it requires citizens who engage, who refuse apathy, who demand accountability. The knowledge-action gap is not only global, it is personal. How do we consume? How do we waste? How do we treat one another? What kind of world are we preparing for those who come after us? Each choice either widens the gap or helps close it. The crises are converging. Climate disruption, mass extinction, political breakdown, social fragmentation. Together they form a storm powerful enough to erase the possibility of a livable future. But storms can also bring clarity. They can force change. They can demand courage. The knowledge-action gap will define our fate. If we remain aware but inactive, collapse will be our legacy. If we align what we know with what we do, renewal remains possible. The future is not written. It is chosen.